Assalamu alaikum students. I am Ramesh Sultana from United Public School. Welcome to my class Biology. So, how are you students? I think you will be fine. So students, in before classes, what we will discuss? We will discuss about what? We will discuss about animal tissue. Is this correct? Yes, we discussed. And we are doing some procedures. Yes, we are doing a lab activity. In that, now we will start our procedure 4. Okay students, if you want to observe the bone tissue in the chicken bone, settle it in vinegar or diluted HCl overnight. So students, here what we have to do, we have to take a bone tissue. From where we have to take? We have to take from chicken bone. Okay students, now we have to keep the chicken bone in a vinegar or diluted HCl over a night. It is better to do this one day before your dissection in the class. So while before dissection we have to do this thing. Okay, then only the bone becomes soft. Take a piece from it by using knife. Okay, then the bone will be what? The bone will be become very soft. Okay, then we have to take it from and take a piece from it by using knife. Okay students, so here we will discuss about 4 tissues. What are those? There are epithelial tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue and as well as nervous tissue. Okay students, now we will discuss first epithelial tissue. It protect and cover the animal body from inside and outside. What it will be do? It will be protect up. It will be protect and it will be cover from the animal body from inside as well as outside. From outside it will be protect and as well as from inside also it will be protect us. And second one is what? Connective tissue. It is a loosely spaced tissues mainly as rendering support to various organs. So it is a loosely spaced. Some spaces are present in the tissue and what it will be do? It will be give a support to the various organs. And third one is what? Muscular tissue. The tissue which is responsible for movement in our body we called as muscular tissue. Okay students, the tissues which is mainly responsible for, which is helpful for what? Which is helpful for movement in our body we called as what? We called as muscular tissue. Okay students, now last we will discuss about nervous tissue, a specialized tissue that responds to internal and external stimuli. A particular tissue, an important tissue that is responsible for internal and external stimuli we called as nervous tissue. Okay, so students, first we will discuss about epithelial tissue. Epi means nothing but outer covering, and thelium means tissue. We know that epi means what students? Outer layer, and thelium is nothing but tissue. Epithelial tissue are present in the skin, lining of mouth, lining of blood vessels, lung, alveoli and kidney tubules. Where it will be epithelial tissue will present is means it will be present in the skin. Okay students, it will be present in the lining of mouth, it will be present in the lining of blood vessels and as well as in lung and alveoli and kidney tubules. So now we will start our activity 1. Okay students, what we will do? We will start our activity 1. Collect the substance lining the mouth by using wooden spoon and observe this under the microscope. So what we will do? We will take the substance. Like before activity in 8th class you will see that what you will see? Cheek cells. From cheek cell where it will become? From our shedder. From our mouth it will be shed, we called as cheek cell. And as well as in 9th class also we do this activity. So like this only we have to take the lining of mouth by using wooden spoon and we have to observe under the microscope. Okay students, so epithelial tissue is extremely thin and flat. Just you see here, it is an epithelial tissue. It is an thin as well as it is an flat, form a delicate lining. This is called as squamous epithelium. In that it will be form a delicate lining, so we called as squamous epithelium. Just you see here, it is a thin as well as it is in a flat and form a delicate lining. Just you see here in that some linings are there. So we called as what we called as squamous epithelium. Okay, students. So this type of squamous epitheliums where we will find we will find in our esophagus, lining of mouth, lining of blood vessels, lungs, alveoli, and where transportation of substance selectively occur through permeable membrane. Just you know, in before classes only we will discussed about what we will discussed. We will discussed our permeable selective membrane. Okay, what is selective membrane, students? So we will discuss before only. Selective membranes is nothing but the membrane which is helpful for transportation of substance. We call as selective membrane. Yes, students. The epithelial cells in skin are arranged in the form of a layers. So epithelial cells in the skin, what it will be formed in arranged? It will be arranged in the form of layers. This is called as stratified squamous epithelium. We have two types of epithelium. What we have? So we have two types of tissues. What it will be? It will be an squamous epithelium, stratified squamous epithelium tissue, and we will discuss what squamous epithelium tissue. Okay, students. So students, activity 2 it is there. In that activity, take a permanent slice of cuboidal epithelium from your laboratory slide box and observe under the microscope. So what we have to do, students? We have to take a cuboidal epithelium tissue from our from our laboratory. Okay, it is a permanent. We have to directly take from our laboratory. Okay, and we have to observe under the microscope. Then we will observe this type of picture. Okay, students. These are cuboidal epithelium cells which are form the lining of organs or tubules like ureters or other parts and provide mainly mechanical support to the salivary gland. So what it will be to, students? This are the cuboidal epithelial cells. It is a cuboidal epithelium. So it contains epithelial cells which form the lining of organs. What it will be to? It will be line the organs, and it will also like ureters, other body parts, and provide mainly mechanical support to the our salivary gland. Okay, students. So in that, students, now activity 3 is take a permanent slide of column epithelium from the slide box and under the microscope. So what we have to do? We have to take directly from our from our lab. So it is directly we have to take from our lab and we have to observe under the microscope. When we will observe, we will see this type of structures. Okay, this is an columnar epithelium. In before class, what we will see? We will see in before activity, what we will see? We will see cuboidal epithelium. Is this right, students? Yes. Now we will see what we will see? Columnar epithelium. So students, this type of cells are present in where? So students, this type of cells are present in wherever absorption and secretion occurs. So where in that place in our body where absorption and secretion take place, in the only this type of cells are present. Okay, students. So students, now we will discuss what we will discuss. We will discuss about connective tissue. Okay, students. So students, connective tissue is mainly responsible for. So students, connective tissue is nothing but it is a tissue which is present in our body, and it is a loosely spaced tissue. Means some spaces are present in the tissue, and it is mainly responsible for what? Responsible for support of various organs. Okay, student. If you tilt your body to any side your body, what will happen to your internal organ? Is there any displacement in the internal organs are located at a place without any displacement? So due to connective tissue, this tissue connect organs and muscles. This tissue are called connective tissue. So connective tissue is nothing but, students, the tissue which responsible for connecting the organs as well as muscles. So we call this type of tissue, we called as what? We called as connective tissue. Okay, students. So connective tissue help in binding the other tissues and organs together and provide a framework and support to various organs in the body. So students, Connective tissue is mainly responsible for binding the other tissues, connect with other tissues, and provide a framework and support to various organs in the body. What it will be do? It will be provide some work. It will be provide a framework, and it is mainly responsible for what, students? Support to various organs in the body. That is main important function of the connective tissue. This tissue also play a major role in transport of material from one tissue to another tissue. So what it will be do? It will be take an important role in what, students? It will be responsible for transport of materials. It will be transport some materials from one side of tissues to other tissues. This also help in the body defense, body repair and storage of fat. What it will be do? It will be do in body defense as well as body repair and storage of fats. So students, areolar tissue is one type of connective tissue which joins different tissues. Yes, it is an areolar tissue is nothing but it is an type of what? It is a type of connective tissue which joins different tissues. Okay students? And it help in packaging and keeping the organs in place. What it will be do? It will be help in packing and as well keeping the organ in place. These cells are called fibroblast. These cells are called what we call as fibroblast. Blast is nothing but cells. So these are the major components in this type of connective tissue. These cells secrete fibrous materials which holds the other tissue in position. So what it will be this fibroblast do means it will be secrete some fibrous materials. Okay students, which holds the tissue, other tissue in the position, which help in other tissue in the remain in the position. So students, these cells are also help in repairing of tissues, okay, when they are in. Just you see here, this is a type of areolar tissues, okay. It is an example of what? It is an example of connective tissue, areolar tissues. In that you will see fibroblast, the cells are present, and phagocyte is nothing but the cells which is responsible for eating the cell, okay. Another cell which is coming from outside, okay students. 12th one question, just you see here, draw a neatly labeled diagram of a neuron. Draw a neatly labeled diagram of neuron. So students, everyone should do this homework. No one was doing my biology homeworks. So students, do your homeworks and submit in your group, okay. Just you see here 12th one, not 13th one. Draw a neatly labeled diagram of neuron, okay.